I grew up in a nice neighborhood consisting of us three girls, Emily, Taylor, and myself. Being that Taylor was younger than Emily and I, we all went through our different stages. There was the point where only Emily and I were friends, and we would pick on Taylor. Then there was the time when Taylor and I became best of friends, and we would leave Emily out. Then we were all best of friends. Eventually that changed when I moved overseas with my parents during my dad's sabbatical. During my stay there, it was difficult to keep in touch with the few friends that I had. I didn't yet have a cell phone, and I had only recently been able to create an AOL instant messaging account. I logged on to AIM one morning. Taylor was also on, so I started a friendly conversation with her, which turned into be one of the most horrible experiences of middle school. Fortunately for the sake of needing those messages someday, I saved them. And before showing these messages, I would like everyone to know at that point in my life, I was very much straight edge. I didn't like to swear, I didn't like naughty jokes. Keep in mind, I was only 14, and a lot has changed since then, and I'm pretty much open to anything and everything now. My good girl stance is why this all happened. Emily didn't like feeling judged by me, and her way of taking it out on me was to persuade Taylor that I wasn't worth her time, along with all my friends back at school, including those in the popular group. So here's the messages. And it started off with Emily saying, "Okay, bitch, when you come back, things will be a lot different." And I responded with, "Should I care?" trying to kind of defend myself in some sort of way. And then Emily went on to say, "So much has changed, and you think you're going to come straight home to all your friends, but they don't want you to come home. No one is going to like you because you're too defensive, and you don't know how to joke around. You say you don't know me anymore? Well, I don't know you anymore, nor do I want to know you. Basically, it's your way or the highway. That's all I have to say. Bye. See you in December." Aggression and harassment between girls has become an accepted fact in U.S. society. Elizabeth Petrie, author of "You Can't Sit With Us, Bitch," notes the most difficult time for a young girl is during the transition from middle school to high school, particularly as girls try to become popular. At what point do we, as friends, parents, teachers, classmates, and school districts, implement a change? I'm partial to this subject because I've survived the claws of the tiger. I've been humiliated. I've been harassed. I've been bullied. There's never been a worse place to be. I'm assuming here, but I believe most of us have watched the film Mean Girls. If not, Gary Simmons, author of Mirrors, Makeup, and Meaning in Mean Girls, sums up the film writing, "Mean Girls is a highly stylized yet acerbic and playful observation on the passive-aggressive and ultimately cooperative social relations between teenagers in a typical Midwestern high school. With Mean Girls as a great representation of the painful truth between high school girls and popularity, I can divulge into the pitfalls of cliques, outrunning your queen bee, and taking a stand against the frustrating norms of society. Girls have a desire to feel included and accepted by those considered to be more popular. Once a girl has been accepted, things don't get easier. In fact, life within a clique may even get worse." Aaron L. Willer and William R. Kupak, authors of When Sugar and Spice Turn to Fire and Ice, suggest girls use gossip, social exclusion, manipulation, and rumor spreading in order to harm social relationships with peers. Mean Girls is a great example of this. Regina George, leader of the Plastics, a group to which became known for their intimidation and ostracism, has outdone herself in this category. Katie, the new girl in North Shore High, was one of her many projects. Initially, Regina set out to destroy Katie, but undoubtedly, Katie persevered through Regina's overbearing rudeness and tactics and found her seat at the plastics table. Katie's original plan was to destroy the group from within, which she did to a point, until she realized she'd sold herself out and had truly become one of them. A girl never means to sell herself out. It is never her intention when trying to get in with the popular group. It isn't until a girl has reached a point of realization where she may feel the need to redeem herself. One of the greatest things Simmons points out about the film Mean Girls are the two sides of the girls. Gossip, backstabbing, bullying, innuendos, bitchiness, hypocrisy, jealousy, ostracism, and the instability and fragility of identity are shown as one side of these girls. And on the other side, without the makeup or the masks that conceal the adolescent fears and anxieties of teenage girls, are truth, respect, loyalty, inclusion, and acceptance of difference. He goes on to say, these binaries are at the heart of Mean Girls and in their own way are reconciled at the end of the film. The film benefited greatly from Katie realizing she needed redemption. When she took it upon herself to apologize and ask for forgiveness, imagine the positive effect that had on girls in our society. If Mean Girls can help to promote redemption and steer girls away from cliques, then imagine the effect one student or one school district would have if we chose to stand up against female bullying. There has always been some sort of harassment towards the feminine gender. When a girl becomes a young woman, her world becomes a place open for abuse. A young woman can get it from any angle. Mean Girls portrayed this specifically through cliques and gave an inside scoop on how cliques survive and thrive off other people's downfalls. High school is the worst environment to be in. That's where the grounds for popularity arise. A girl could be best friends with everyone during middle school, but once she starts to mature, she could be outed by even the ones she considered her closest friends. Is it right for the monumental changes of adolescent girls into adulthood to have negative connotations? The results can be horrifying. The National Crime Prevention Council states, bullying between females can cause a drop in grades, low self-esteem, anxiety, depression, drug use, and poor eating habits. Where is the line drawn? How far will abusers take it? To what level will they stop? Will suicide of a best friend, a colleague, a sister, or a classmate make the world change? To what degree is enough enough? As a college student who has been in Katie's situation in Mean Girls, I feel the need to make a difference in as many young girls' lives as I can. Throughout my research on this subject, I continued to wonder how I, personally, could take a step towards ending female bullying, and then I came across the KIND Campaign organization. Lauren Perskian and Molly Thompson are founders of this organization, and they were also subjects of female bullying. Their mission, as stated on their website, is to create an internationally recognized movement, documentary, and school program based upon the powerful belief in kindness that brings awareness and healing to the negative and lasting effects of girl-against-girl crime. I've gone through every part of this website, and if this subject moves you, I highly recommend checking it out. Simply by sharing the documentary through social media is one step towards making a difference in a girl's life. I went online and I signed the pledge, and I'm going to continue to promote this at St. Peter High School, where I'll be showing this documentary to a 9th grade class and asking each student to join with Lauren and Molly by signing the pledge. It may be a small start, but once someone is influenced, it's amazing where it'll take you. Simmons points out a truth in a precise statement. Mean Girls steers a middle path, and at the end of the film, celebrates the heterogeneity of teenagers. There are mean girls, but equally, there are girls who are not mean, and a lot who are somewhere in the middle. Regardless of how old you are and where you stand in this heterogeneous mixture, an effort should still be taken towards ending female bullying. At the end of Mean Girls, Katie had redeemed herself, and the plastics were banished, resulting in a better environment for North Shore High and all girls involved, including the female teachers. Isn't that something we should all want for our younger generations? Girls shouldn't have to feel like Katie or I did. They should never feel the need to survive in a hormone-fueled jungle of a high school.